Welcome everyone. So we are having today Dr. Rishiraj Tiwari with us. Dr. Rishiraj is an academician, he is an instructional designer and he is a published author. So we always discuss about the burning uh, issues in the society and we try to find out solutions. So what are the solutions with the for those issues actually? So today we are going to discuss about the film Adipurush. So a lot of controversy has started on this film. So we are going to find out with Dr. Siraj. So what is the issue and what should be done about this issue actually. So welcome Dr. Siraj, welcome to our studio.
Hello, Hariji. Namaste.
Namaste.
Glad to meet you again.
So Dr. Rishi, so we have seen recently the newly released film Adipurush has attracted a lot of controversy. So I would like to know from you, are you aware of the film and what are the issues?
Yes, Hariji, I came across Adipurush and the burning issues regarding that film. However, I didn't get a chance to watch the movie completely, but I know the facts and figure where the problems are arising and what are the most controversial statements that are gathering all the negative feedbacks from the audience. So, first, I would like to bring to your notice that there are more than 300 Ramayanas in this country written at different times by different authors. And to name a few, Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsidas Sri Ramcharitmanas, Kadam Ramayana, and there are many more. Even people say that there is a book known as Hanuman Natak also, and Hanuman ji himself wrote it on a stone. And later, when he heard about Valmiki Ramayana, he was so overwhelmed and he liked Valmiki Ramayana so much that he threw his own stone writings in the ocean. So that is a different thing. But people are there who have written the books on the story of Sri Ram in multiple ways. That's a fact.
Okay.
Now, coming to the facts and figures where this movie has got problems. So the first and foremost is the statements. Now, there is a saying that you can always move your hand to that extent until and unless it hurts someone's nose.
Yes.
So you have that liberty. Any author, any filmmaker, they have the liberty to present any story in any form. People
Yes.
accept it. But the thing is that we have a set mindset. We know how Maryada Purushottam Ram was, how he was depicted since time unknown, and what are our association with the feeling of towards Mata Sita, towards Hanumanji, towards Ramji, and all. So when we are talking about statements, and you can see very well that there are views of so-called Tapori language also,
Mm.
and it is like Kaleen and Bua ke Bagicha. So this doesn't goes well with the audience. Now,
Yes. Yeah.
coming to a fact, first I would like to ask you that who exactly is Hanumanji? I'm not going to Ramji. We are not in a position to describe Ram. I'm
Mm.
just asking who is Hanumanji. This answer has been given very nicely by Tulsidas ji himself. He says, Atulit Baldhamam, Ham Shalabadeh, Danujvansh Kishanam, Gyanina Gaganyam, Sakal Gun Nidhanam, Vanram Disham, Raghupati Priya Bhaktam, Vat Jatam Nama. He is the storehouse of each and every positive things present in this universe. Ast Siddhi Navnidhi Ke Data is a simple word which means a lot. And this describes each and everything towards Hanumanji. He has got so much immense power that he can destroy any entity, any person, any creature. But he is always describing himself as Ramdut. He is never showing off that, oh, I am something XYZ with so much of power. No, he is immortal. He has all the things to be proud of, but he never shows that. And when we relate Hanumanji since childhood in that way, so depicting him in a negative way will definitely garner the uh, bad image from the audience will not like it.
Yes.
So coming to these facts, here there are certain unwanted statements, certain unwanted depictions of character, which should not be there in this movie. Like I would like to add again, Ravan. We all know that Ravan, we say he's a negative character. During Durga Puja, we burn the effigy of Ravan. But who
Yeah.
was Ravan? Ravan was one of the most biggest Shiv Bhakt of the times.
Yes.
He was so much powerful that he has taken Kailash in one hand and he has lifted it up. He had Pushpak Viman. This Ravan, we mostly recite the Shiv Tandav Strotra, which
Yeah.
is written by Ravan till date.
Yes.
Even though he was a worshipper of Shivji, but he didn't like Ramji due to many reasons, and people have depicted it in different ways that it was the story linked with the curse of Jay and Vijay, and they have got the three-time curse that they will be taking birth in the form of demon, and all those things goes. But we are not coming to the fact. But Ravan was not a thief walking on the road. He was not
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So in this movie, he is shown in a very funny way.
Mm.
His heads, I don't understand that when we know that he has five heads were this side, five heads were this side, as depicted.
Mm.
I don't understand that why in this movie five are in the first floor and five are on the second floor, something like that. And apart from that, we all know about the story of Pushpak Viman.
Yeah.
This Pushpak Viman was one of the most important inventions of our time in the story of Ramayana and all those things. And in this movie, he's shown that he is just driving some, let us say, it's a character man of bat type of kind of thing. I think
Mm.
it is inspired from Marvel Studios movies and all those things. But it is a character creature which is similar to a bat. Ravan was so much powerful. He had all the things. Why he will be using a bat for his own transportation? Now, I will not name any particular person, director, producer, actor. I will just call it Adipurush team because a team wins, a team fails. There
Yeah.
are certain things which should have not been there in the movie because our direct emotions are joined with the name of Ram. Ram is not an ordinary person.
Yeah.
So, just talking about any person who became a god in due course of time. Okay, he was born in a royal family, but he had all the struggles, which inspires us till date. And this godly thing, I will just ask you one question that whenever a child is born in any person's house, they say that the son should be like Ram, the
Yeah.
daughter should be caring like Sita, the brother should be like Lakshman and Bharat. So this is a complete mindset. When we talk about seva bhav, when we even look for a person who is our employee, we think that he should be such loyal like Hanumanji was loyal to Ramji. So this is our mindset coming since ages. Okay, there are certain factors that the makers of this film say that we have made this film to lure the audience of this era, and especially the children, and all those graphics effects and all those things are there. I would like to ask a very small question, in fact a very insignificant question. There are people, those who are going with their own families, especially kids.
Yeah.
Will you allow your kid to talk to you in such tones like बुआ के बगीचे में है, या काल बन करके कालीन बिछा रहे हैं, something like that, and लंका लगा देंगे? Will you permit these kinds of languages in your own home amongst your children? I
Never.
don't think any parents will allow that.
Never.
And when any person will not allow that in their home, how we can expect that it can be taken into consideration that yes, this was the language prevailing 10,000 or 15,000 years ago? I think this language was not there in 500 years ago also,
Yeah.
or 700 years
Yes.
ago, this
Yes.
kind of language. Now, again, coming to a bit of thing, authors have taken very great pain in writing. When they write anything, they think for 4 times, 10 times, consult others. But when they are presenting it on a movie, they need to think more than 1,000 times on that scene. I'm telling with my own experience that when my books, you know that it goes with the story of Ramayana, Mahabharata as well. In my books, all the three series, there are some or the other inclinations derived from Ramayana and Mahabharata. then also we try to look ahead in all the positive senses. Wherever there was confusion, we tried to go ahead with more clarity on different people, different books, different places, that if there is any confusion, we could clear it out on our level. Then only we should bring it for the audience. Audience can be very big, very small. It doesn't matter. One audience is also an audience.
Yeah.
So this filmmakers should have taken into account that what they are presenting, and what are the expectations. When the expectations are high, your responsibility is also very high.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is the fact where I am coming about this movie.
Mhm. Actually, they know very well, and this is a well-known. Everybody knows the Ramayana is a holy book of Hindus, and since all other religions and people feel they should be looked at and should be treated with respect, their holy books should be treated with respect. So, in the similar manner, they should also treat this book, our book, with respect actually. However, the makers are, I think the makers of the film and the team, Adipurush, they all are Hindus only. There might be some other members, but primarily they are the Hindus only, and they should not have done that. So that's the general feeling actually, that the people are showing their emotions and feelings over the internet actually. So this is a thing. So can you particularly say what are the mm, points actually? This is only about the dialects, and or some other things are also there. Those things are objectionable.
Since I have not seen the movie personally, so I have got the information from different sources, what is the
Mhm.
current status, and definitely news channels are presenting it. Not talking about anyone's religious feelings. People can follow any god or they cannot follow any god. It's their choice. We are no
Mhm.
one to say anything. But the thing is that the general tendency should be there to respect everyone feeling. However, you can align with that feeling or you cannot align with that feeling. I don't have any objection in that kind. All the religions are equal. Every people is same, and they have the liberty of worshipping their own gods in their own perspective. So it depends on their choice. Now, the problem which has been described here mostly goes with two or three facts. The visual effects, where Lord Hanumana is shown more of a kind of monkey origin, only monkeys. His real power is not shown, his real caliber is not shown. Second comes Ravan himself. Ravan is a negative character, but he is Ravan. There are some special auras attached to it. And now I would like to make some comparison with Ramanand Sagarji's Ramayana. I do hope so that everyone who is below 60 years of age knows Ramanand Sagar very well. We all have grown watching his serial, let it be Alif Laila, let it be Ramayana, and let it be other Sri Krishna and all those things we have watched. And I do hope so that each and every person finds an alignment with Ramanand Sagar and the image of Ramji, Sitaji, and all that family.
Yes.
Everyone finds an alignment. Now, when I would like to tell you another interesting thing. When Tulsi Das ji wrote his Sri Ramcharitmanas, he tried to do one of the most impossible tasks at that time, and it was to bring different mats together. What were the mats? Shav, Shak, Vaishnav, Ganpatya, everyone means Shivji, Vishnuji, Ganpatiji, and Shakti means Durga Mata. Every people have their own inclination towards their own favorite god or goddess.
Yeah.
And that was the most toughest task, which Tulsi Das ji did very nicely by doing two things. He wrote one word, which was Nana Puran Nigam Agam Samatam, which means that all the multiple Ved, Puran, Upanishad, whatever there are in this world, I have taken reference and guidance from those books. And then he brought out in a very nice way where Ramji is praying to Shivji and Shivji is praying to Ramji equally.
Yeah.
We all remember those kinds of scenes even in each and every Ramayana or Mahabharata.
Mhm.
You will see, like in Sri Ramcharitmanas only, when there is Ram Rama Ramanam Shamnam, that goes like in a complete poetic way. Shivji is telling to Ramji, and there are multiple occasions where Shivji says that I am only praying to Lord Ram. Ram Mahamantra. Okay. Now, this was the situation at that time. Now coming to our present age. Why this movie is gathering so much of curiosity and negative sphere of influence, I can say. So, as I told you, that dialogues are the most important thing. What we expect of Hanumanji. Hanumanji is Ashidhi Navnidhi ke data, and he is the storehouse of intelligence. He is the storehouse of power, and he has all those things. So you cannot expect a person of that high stature talk to
Yeah.
someone in that manner. You
Yeah, right.
cannot expect.
Right. Right.
That is the most important thing. If a child is there, he can speak that language.
Mm.
I understand that, and it is forgivable also. But if a person of that stature, let us say the person, if he is a president or prime minister of any country, XYZ, we have
Mm.
certain expectations. He might be very outspoken. He might be of negative character or positive character, depends on the person, place, or things. But we have certain expectations. These expectations were heard in multiple ways. Now, apart from that, there is the use of word like Lanka laga denge, statements like this.
Mm.
These words can be used in a general conversation, that also derogatory conversation in India. I
Mm.
understand that. But when you are talking about that religious movie, which is based on a very great epic of all the times,
Mm.
so the expectation is something different. If this was a light comedy movie and these
Mm.
statements were used, it would have gone very nicely.
Mm. Yeah.
So I am not saying that the script writer was not knowing these facts or he was not well qualified. I can't understand this because he is a very known person and he has known all the things.
Mm.
Taking a little bit differentiation, you must have seen or heard at least of Bahubali 1 and Bahubali 2, one of the most renowned pictures from Prabhas ji, the actor.
Mm.
In that, there is a negative character which is speaking a different language.
Mm.
That language did not exist, it was being created. This language was created for that person. Now this movie looks so real that
Mm.
everyone feels that yes, there was a Mahishmati
Mm.
empire. This
Mm.
negative character, which language he was speaking, it is true. It was so bonding. Even I like that movie very much personally, and I have seen more than 20 or 30 times Bahubali 1 and Bahubali 2. So if that film, which was based on little bits and pieces of history, could become so marvelous that it
Mm.
joins with each and everyone, irrespective of their region or their interest. So why this movie cannot be made in that way that it should
Right.
garner all the good things, and it could become you can say that 301th type of Ramayana it could have become. If
Mm.
it was very nice, people, I still see many places where the Ramji of Ramayana of Ramanand Sagar, Arun Govilji, people touch his feet and say that he is Lord Ram. So I have seen those, and in recent times I have seen the images also. That is the bonding. When we see people like that having so much of devotion towards a let us say actor or actress,
Mm.
so we can think that how much psychologically we are attached to the feeling of just Ramayana and Ram. And it is for everyone. We cannot say that Ram was only for India or only for particular people. No, he
Mm.
was global. He had loved each and everyone. Let it be Nishad Raj, let it be Shabri, let it be Vibhishan, anyone. And again, I will just take you a different place to Tulsidas ji. If I ask you that tell any good things about Lanka, you might say it was very beautiful, it was made of gold, and something, something.
Mm.
But just think of a small thing. Tulsidas ji mentions Lankini. Lankini was, you can say, the caretaker of Lanka, and she was given the blessings by Brahmaji himself.
Mm.
And this Lankini, she was uh, trying to stop the way of Hanumanji, and she was equally punished by Hanumanji. After that, she, this Lankini, this character Lankini says, Prabisi Nagar kije sab kaja, Hriday rakhe Kaushalpur Raja, Garal Sudha Ripu Karhi Mitai, Gopat Sindhu Anal Sitlai. This Lankini, she is a very small character. She is coming only for this moment and she is not coming in Ramcharitmanas moreover frequently. But this statement is so important that even today, when people are stepping outside their home for any good purpose, they try to recite this flow. They will recite it. Today, multiple trucks and wagons which you see in India, if it is from North India, you will see this Pravishi Nagar Kije Sab Kaja, Hriday Rakhe Kaushal Puraja written on it. So this is the thing, that the importance to a Lankini, a person of Lankini is very high. So just think, if Tulsi Das ji could give so much respect, then why uh, the makers of Adipurush couldn't give that much respect to the main characters? Now, there are people who says that there are certain points of conflict in Tulsidas with Sri Ramcharitmanas. I understand that. I don't know, it has been added in a later stage or it was from the side of Tulsidasi. We are not going on that topics. But I only expect that when a person is making a movie, he has a responsibility towards the character, because no one knows that person, but people knows the character. So that is the important thing, where a personification of a character happens and it is remembered for a lifetime. Many people will not know the name of Prabhas, but if you say Bahubali, everyone knows that who is Bahubali. Same story with Kantara. You can see multiple movies are there. Even I would, on a lighter note, I'd like to say that there was a very old movie of Sri Abhishek Bachchan ji, and the name was Run. I will say you will not remember, but when I say Kawa Biryani, so there was a character who was there, and I think Vijay Raj ji was is his name. So people relate to it.
Mm.
So this is the importance of a character. If he's speaking very nicely, the dialogues are nice, people remember.
So, what do you think is the solution for this problem actually? Because the other religions, the major religions that they are there in India, so they hope, they expect that their religion should be respected. But they target the Hindu religion any way they can. So this is the, I think this kind of problem occurs quite frequently that happens. So what do you think we should do or the government should do?
I will not comment on this thing, that who is getting targeted or who is targeting, or it is intentionally or it is non-intentionally, or it is a single person which is pointing out like that. We all have our own set of thoughts. But the thing is that where I am related, so I can say that yes, the makers of the film has said that they will be removing certain dialogues, and this is a unique thing which in my whole life I have never heard, that a movie is being released and after that certain dialogues are being changed. I've never heard of it. I don't know, it might have happened earlier with different movies, but I don't know. Now the thing is, I think the first teaser was out of this movie, I think 6 months or 7 months back. When the makers of this movie knew that there are certain problematic fields, they could have resolved it at their own levels at that stage. Then there should be no such problem arising from anywhere. Now, I understand that uh, 3 hours is very less for a movie like Ramayana. Many important things are missing in this movie, and it was done only to save time. I understand that, because even 30 hours movie is also not sufficient for Ramayana. I understand that. But the thing is, the gist of the movie should not be changed, or people should not think when they are going to the cinema theater, they should not think that is this Ram or is this Lakshman or Mata Sita whom we were knowing since ages. Now, just imagine what I would like to ask. You go with your child to watch this movie. While returning home, your child asks, Papa, is this the same character? This Hanumanji is the same character which we go and pray on Tuesday and Saturday. What will be your answer?
Yeah.
If the child asks on some Durga Puja occasion that Papa, in this movie or Mummy, in this movie, I saw that the head of Ravan was in 2 steps and he had spikes and he had all those things. But here it is a different thing. He is coming with a crown and So you don't have answers. So we just say that if anyone is making a movie, it can be good, it can be bad, it can have all the negative or positive aspects, but it cannot be nonsensical.
Yeah.
So being nonsense is something different. And here the only way out is right now, okay, they have released the movie. I don't know what will be the fate of movie. Right now it is doing good, it seems. I don't know what are the other courses of action, but they are saying that yes, they will be changing certain dialogues. I only suggest them that if you make another movie of such kind, might be possible that next time they make on Mahabharat or something else, at least they should be sensible enough to understand the basic ethics we are aligned to, and then they can very well make the movies whatever they
Mm.
are. And yes, they have got the liberty of tweaking. Every author, every filmmaker has that liberty. We respect and we understand that, but there should be a limitation, and that limitation should be clearly marked, as according to my opinion.
Okay. So do you think, because we are running short of time, we have hardly 3 minutes of time here. So do you think the government should take some steps?
I cannot suggest or say that what governments will do, but I think that the law should never be taken in hand by any person.
Mm.
We have our own way of speaking that yes, this is good or this is bad. And the makers, I think, if they are changing the dialogues and if they are resonating well with the audience, it will be we can say it is already a loss making entity. The damage has been done, but at least it can console and it can bring out to the feeling that yes, they understand that yes, a mistake was committed and to error is human. We can understand on that tone. And suggestion will be there that yes, if you are making such kind of movies or any XYZ movies, you should be careful with whatever you are presenting on the screen. It is for everyone's responsibility. It is not a team failure, or it is a complete total failure for each and every perspective, and we should understand this fact.
So thank you, Risiraj. Thank you for your suggestions. And this was very much enlightening, actually. And I think the people, the makers of the movie, and the general people would understand your suggestions and your feelings, what you have said, actually, and they should be careful about this, about hurting other sentiments, actually. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Hariji.
We are coming to the end of the session, and we will be meeting again with some new topics. So thank you till then. Goodbye.
Definitely. Thank you and namaste. Good night.
Namaste.